Three shocking WWE departures just revealed. We got breaking news, and we're going to talk about it right here on the Ango Show. All right, guys, this is very, very interesting, and I don't know how I genuinely feel about this, if I'm being completely honest here. I think two of these names are really shocking. Okay, so for those who don't know, Fightful came out and revealed that three WWE superstars have been removed from the roster. They are departing the WWE and will effectively be a free agent in 90 days. Fightful has revealed that Tegan Knox is on the list. They also revealed that Indy Hartwell will also be departing WWE and effectively be a free agent in 90 days. Indy Hartwell is slightly shocking because Indy Hartwell is actually used on TV. But the third one is the most shocking, and I honestly never saw this coming. Baron Corbin was reportedly given notice by WWE that his contract will expire and he will not be re-signed by the company. Now, at this time, Fightful has reported that these are the only departures in this round. It doesn't mean that more won't be happening, but this is very interesting. Baron Corbin, Baron Corbin basically tweeted that he's, he blocked me, but apparently he tweeted something that kind of teased that he's on his way out. So this is really interesting. Honestly, as we try to gather more information, I'm quite shocked. Here's the way that I look at it, right? Like, Tegan Knox has barely been utilized since coming back to the WWE. And I understand that Tegan Knox is a little bit more injury prone and she's dealt with that, but she's been cleared. And I always thought, man, you look at how stacked the NXT women's division is. Why not let her get a run in NXT? Right? Indy Hartwell is a former NXT Women's Champion. Indy Hartwell goes up to the main roster. She's doing stuff with Candice LeRae. Now, it is very clear that WWE has plans for Candice LeRae on SmackDown because we are seeing increased time on television for her. But again, this is very interesting considering the fact that, like, she's been utilized. And Baron Corbin's the one that shocks me the most because Baron Corbin, literally everything that the WWE has handed him creatively, they just couldn't figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. Now listen, we are living in a time where the wrestling industry is extremely healthy. And we have three companies that are televised, that are signing contracts, that are bringing people on TV. And I want to see these three show up in other places. And so I think the first place that we need to discuss is AEW, right? I think you could throw any three of them on AEW and they will do well. I think Baron Corbin would be a fantastic addition to AEW considering his character experience as well as in-ring ability has tremendously improved. But then I have to not rule out TNA. Baron Corbin going into TNA, cement him as a top heel in the company. I would love to watch Baron Corbin and Steve Maclin go at it. Baron Corbin and Joe Hendry. Baron Corbin and Josh Alexander. There's quite a few matchups I would love to see for Baron Corbin and TNA. But if I look at Tegan Knox and I think of what AEW is doing with their women's division, trying to get it on track, and I look at TNA also potentially losing Jordan Grace in a few months, Tegan Knox going to TNA or AEW would be a welcome, especially if you're considering the fact that ROH might be getting a TV deal soon. Maybe have Tegan Knox as some fresh blood for the women's division in ROH. This is shocking. This is honestly shocking. I did not expect this news. And the fact that WWE, it sounds like these aren't releases, but maybe they are releases. I don't know. The 90-day clause is very odd. So maybe WWE did release them, but the fact that Baron Corbin wasn't given the fact that he was given a notice by WWE that they will not re-sign him, it's just interesting to me. Especially when you consider how much they've given him creatively. Like everything. The thing with Apollo Crews didn't make sense, but he did it. The stuff that he did with NXT didn't always make sense, but he did it. The stuff that he did with JBL didn't always make sense, but Man, I became a really big fan of Baron Corbin. I thought Baron Corbin was somebody that could eventually become a world champion. And I would genuinely love to see Baron Corbin make it to the top of a wrestling company. Excuse me. AEW is a little crowded, for sure. TNA probably would be the best, honestly, for all three of them. I don't know. Something about this is weird. And I genuinely just hope that these three do something good. I look forward to seeing what happens next. You know, it's just a very chaotic time in professional wrestling. And Baron Corbin not being utilized on the main roster properly, especially when you look at the SmackDown mid-card and how it kind of suffers compared to Raw. I think that's really the big thing that a lot of people aren't going to talk about. Your favorite content creators aren't going to talk about that, but SmackDown's mid-card is one that struggles compared to WWE Raw. So like Baron Corbin, getting him involved in the US Championship picture, letting him have matches with Melo and Andrade and LA Knight, it could have led to some really good content. And I don't know. I don't know why WWE made this decision. I find it very odd. And I could say that a million more times, but it's just interesting to me. Shocking departures for sure. Is there more? Technically, there could be. Technically. I guess really the big thing that I would like to say is that all three of them are incredibly talented, and I do feel like they would be great additions to any roster. I don't know if Baron Corbin will continue wrestling. I don't know if Tegan Nox will continue wrestling. I don't know if Indy Hartwell will continue wrestling. But I do think that all three of them would be great. I think Baron Corbin would benefit the most, kind of pulling a Matt Cardona, going on an indie run, a massive one. Let him go to GCW. Let him do TNA. Let him do MLW. Let him do some of these other companies. I think there's going to be a lot of money in Baron Corbin. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked by this news. It is breaking news. I'm always going to keep you guys updated with whatever gets dropped. But the number one thing to remember here is that when there are departures in WWE, thankfully, the wrestling industry is healthy. That's all I can say. We could sit here and go back and forth in the comment section, and you know, we could talk about booking decisions and forget about that for a second, bro. Like, these are people's jobs, you know what I mean? I don't care about creative directions right now. I don't care about Tony Khan. I love Tony Khan. I hate Tony Khan. I love Papa H. I hate Triple H, right? I care about having a healthy wrestling industry where there's places for work for pro wrestlers. All three of these people should be picked up. I think they'll do good in either company, TNA, AEW. Baron Corbin would be really fun to see at the top of TNA just because I feel like they need a little bit more help there. I don't think AEW needs it as much, but man, something to definitely pay attention to. Definitely.